So about 15 years now, because we are in 2024. So about 15 years ago, I was first introduced to The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And that was the time I was looking for some kind of magic in my life. And I was looking at growing in my career. I was in my 20s at that time. And I was looking at, okay, I want to grow in my work. I want to get better. I want to get better paid. I want to get promoted. I want better projects, assignments, all of that. And I had read this book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and I'd also watched the CD. That time there used to be a CD. Now I think it's available also on YouTube, the movie. But I remember I had gotten that secret CD from one of the crosswords at in Mumbai. And I saw that CD. I was super excited. I told my all my close friends, you know what? I've just gotten this CD of The Secret, and it's so magical. It's so amazing. And my friends were like, "क्या है इतना क्या है क्या इसमें?" So at on one of the 31st, I think 2009 or 2008, 31st night, at one of my friends' place, we again watched the whole movie, The Secret. And we were like, oh my God, now we are all ready to create magic in our lives. But in that movie, if there was something which stood out for me, it was the vision board experience. And I was like, wow, this is real magic. Does this ever happen? And at that time, I had not even thought of making my vision boards. But first, I want to share that video with all of you because that video was something, it had inspired me. It gave me some kind of energy. I felt energy. You know, there are times where we feel that energy in our stomach, right? That feeling that, wow, something magical. I think I'm going to create. वो जोश आ जाता है. So this video technically spoke about that. Okay. One sec. I think I have to also share the. So this video made me feel that अगर ये हो सकता है तो कुछ भी हो सकता है. मुझे यही करना है. And I was just ready for it. So let's see this video.
And it goes down. You know, knowing the law of attraction, I wanted to really put it to use to see if it was, you know, what would happen. And in 1995, I started to create something called a vision board, where I take something that I would want to achieve, or something that I want to attract, like a car or a watch or the soulmate of my dreams, and I put a picture of what I wanted up on this board called the vision board. And every day I would sit in my office and I would look up at this board and I would start to visualize. I would really get into the state of having already acquired it. And I was getting ready to move as we put all the furniture, all the boxes put into storage. And I made 3 different moves over a period of 5 years. And then I ended up in California and bought this house, renovated it for a year, and then had all the stuff brought from my former home 5 years earlier. One morning, at 7:30 in the morning, my son comes into my office, and one of the boxes that was sealed for 5 years was right at the doorstep. And my son, Keenan, was sitting on the box, banging away at the box. And I said, sweetheart, will you please stop? I mean, I'm doing some work here. And he says,
what's in the boxes, Daddy?
And I said, well, honey, those are my vision boards.
What's a vision board?
I said, well, it's where I put all my goals up. I cut them out and I put all my goals up as something that I want to achieve in my life. And of course, at 5.5 years old, he didn't understand it. So I said, sweetie, let me just show you, because that'll be the easiest way to do it. And so I cut the box open. And when I pulled up the vision boards, there was the picture on there of a home that I was visualizing 5 years earlier. And what was shocking to me was we were living in that house, not a house like it. I had bought my dream home, renovated it, and didn't even know it. But I looked at that house, I started to cry because I was just blown away.
Why are you crying?
Honey, I finally understand how the law of attraction works. I finally understand the power of visualization. I finally understand everything that I've read, everything that I've worked with my whole life, the way I've built companies. It worked for my home as well. I bought our dream home and didn't even know it.
All right.
Go into
So, how many of you have seen this actually happen? How many of you have ever manifested anything in your life and you must have felt, oh my God, this is actually happening? Anyone feels that way? Please drop that in the comments. If you feel that you are, drop in comments if you can, if you have felt so. No one, everyone, anyone. Okay, no problem if you haven't experienced that. But this was my first step to understanding the whole aspect of vision boards. And it was my experience where I personally felt that vision boards is a great thing to do and I would really like to do that. And I was wondering how could I start? And I prepared my first vision board in the year 2009. At that point of time, I did not make it with cutout images or something. I created it on a PPT. I was a banker at that time. And what I would do is in my spare hours where I was not working, I would download images from the internet, stick it on a PPT. And I just enjoyed doing that. I never took a printout because I didn't have space that time to put it in my house or all of it. But what I did was I created it on a PPT. I took my own time. I put so many things on it. And later I I took a screenshot of it and I saved it in my phone and I would see it. So I was like, okay, I think I can do this as well. And this works equally well. However, over the period of time, I realized that when we actually create vision board on paper with cutout images, it just enhances everything. It enhances the entire experience we have of living through those images. So in today's this particular video seminar, what I'm going to do is we are going to connect to what is a vision board. Secondly, does it really work? Or are these people saying now when John Ashraf, when he spoke about it, the video which you just saw, he actually had taken cutouts of his dream house. And 5 years down the line, he moved into that house. And that's exactly how vision board works. And I have seen so many things which I put on my vision board, they actually came to life. We say that when you put things on vision board, they come to life. Also, the way over a period of time, I started making my own vision board in such a manner that I started using the energy of prayers with the vision board. And when you connect to God in any form, it just accelerates your process of manifestation. So the first time there was in 2019, I took my first vision board workshop where all the people, all my students, we actually came together. We started putting out things. Okay, so this was 2019 when I took my first workshop. However, in the year 2015, I prepared my first vision board in paper and pen. And it was just amazing. It was mind blowing. The experience was great. The whole aspect of the vision board was so, it was initially, it was quite overwhelming. But over a period of time, I felt so connected to that whole process of making vision boards that things just started falling in place. So I prepared my first vision board in 2015. In 2016, I did another workshop with another teacher of mine who was in the whole vision board journey. But I realized that in 2000, around 2017, 18, I started seeing those changes. I started seeing that magic in my life when when all the images I had put in from 2015, even before that on PPT, they actually started coming to life. I was like, wow, this thing works. It was a little scary because I feel we all, um, we have heard of miracles from others, but when we start seeing those miracles, our life just changes. Our life absolutely changes. And I was like, okay, wow, this is actually happening. Now, over a period of time, I built up my own, I started improvising. When you start working on some concepts, in the beginning, you are experimenting, you're trying things out and all of it. But over a period of time, you start improvising on it, and eventually you come to some kind of protocol, or you come to some kind of tried and tested methods which have started working. And that was the reason, after practicing on myself for about 7-8 years, in 2019 I took my first vision board workshop, which was in person. We usually do the vision board workshop either at the end of the year towards December, or we do it in the early January. So this workshop was towards the end of 2019, where people absolutely created their vision boards. And then, of course, in 2020, because the world had shut down, we took the workshop to online. So in 2021, I mean, for 2020, we had the first workshop. The second one, 2021, we did it online. The third one, 2022, we did it online too. And in 2023, we had a great online workshop last time, where actually people created their vision boards by cutting, pasting things. And now we are back in 2024 with the vision board workshop, where we are again going to put things out. But again, in 2023, it was still an online workshop. But now, after 4 years, we are actually taking it in person. And I'm super excited about it. But before that, you all would definitely want to ask, okay, so why vision board? Does it work? What's the science behind it? Have people seen that magic? But will it work for me? You may have a lot of doubts. So I'm going to take you through some amazing presentations, some amazing slides for you to connect to it. So just before that, I'm going to say hi to all of you who joined. Hi, Lavina. Hi, Punya. Hi, Dr. Reena. Lavina, it's okay if you are late. No, you didn't miss much. We just began with it. So I hope you saw the video. All right, so let's go back to what is a vision board. All right. So I'm going to first begin with, are you ready to make 2024 your year? Are you willing to make this year the year of manifestation? Are you willing to make this year your year of magic? Just type yes if you believe so. And if you see in the picture, there are these amazing people who are actually holding these vision boards. This was just in late 2019, in December 2019. These were the people who had joined for the workshop. Now, to explain some things to you, I'm going to share with you a technique called as a ladder technique. How many of you have heard of the ladder technique? Has anyone heard of it? Yes, no? If you haven't heard, you can simply say no. Ladder technique or the ladder experiment by Neville Goddard. Has anyone heard of it? Please type in Nehal no. Okay. Has anyone else? If you haven't heard of it, please write no, because then I know you're coming from a blank canvas or a blank slate. Sakshi says no too. All right. So, okay, Lavina, thank you, Lavina, Sarika, Sakshi. If you haven't heard, I'll just walk you through the ladder technique. So ladder technique was given to us by Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard is also called as the modern mystique, and he gave to us the law of assumption. So when we practice the vision board, we just don't look at the law of attraction. We also practice law of assumption. What is law of assumption? Law of assumption is where you connect more deeper to the law of attraction. For instance, if law of attraction says, I want $2 million, this is what I really want in my account at this moment. Law of assumption assumes that you have $2 million. And how will you feel? It focuses on your feelings, how you feel, how you live through your emotions. That's exactly how the law of assumption works. So Neville Goddard spoke about this ladder technique. Now, what is the ladder technique, the ladder experiment? So he gave us these steps. First step is imagine a ladder. Okay, any ladder. Ladder in Hindi is a CD, right? CDA or CD, whatever you call it. In Marathi, we call it shidi. So imagine a ladder in front of you. Relax. Now, he says that do this when you are at a relaxed space, and do this every night before you go to bed. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you what was the experiment first before you jump into doing it. It's up to you. If you may want to do it, you can do it. If not, it's still okay. So the first step is imagine a ladder in front of you. Second step, relax. Okay, why relax? Because when you are in your normal mode, you are always thinking. Your mind is thinking, and the people who overthink are not able to manifest things in their life because their mind will always tell them that it's not possible. But instead, when you focus on relaxing, going deep in your body, and connecting to the universe, you will be able to manifest things faster. So he says, imagine a ladder, relax. Now imagine climbing that ladder. Imagine that you're holding both, both sides of the ladder. You're climbing. You're slowly, gradually taking step by step. So climb the ladder in your imagination for as many times as you can until you naturally drift off to sleep. But what's important is to feel it as it is as real as possible. So he did this experiment where he made a group of students imagine a ladder, and he asked them to imagine climbing this ladder. Then he asked them to write a note saying, I will not climb a ladder. Do you know why he did that? Can anyone tell me why he did that? Can anyone tell me why do you think he told people to write, I will not climb a ladder? Most of
As
the
a
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Okay, yeah. So it's like a reverse psychology, like when you say that you will not climb and then you get more motivated to do something.
Okay, that's not quite the thing. Okay, I will tell you, I'll give you an example, but thank you for, sharing that. Um, so don't imagine a pink elephant. Don't think of a pink elephant. Okay, all of you, don't think of a pink elephant. What do you see in front of your eyes?
I think the knot doesn't get acknowledged by universe.
Yes. So by universe and also by your subconscious mind, because I told you don't think of a pink elephant. How many of you saw a pink elephant? I think everyone must have seen a pink elephant, right? Because I'm telling you, don't think of a pink elephant. Don't think of a pink elephant. Don't think of a pink elephant. You'll naturally see a pink elephant in front of you. Just like that, when you tell your mind that I will not climb a ladder, you're releasing the goal. So like Reena, you said, yes, partly reverse psychology, you're releasing it. You're saying, okay, I don't want to do it. But at the same time, your subconscious doesn't understand between not, it doesn't understand the word not, right? Because your subconscious sees things in images. Now, he says repeat it for 3 consecutive nights and let it go. Now, you know what happened after this? Do you know what happened after this experiment? After 3 consecutive days, after you stop the experiment, Neville students saw that they were repeatedly put in situations in which they had to climb a ladder in real life. Okay, I personally not done this experiment because I'm not very happy to climb a ladder right now. Maybe if I was a kid, I would have gone for this, but this is a very interesting experiment. Now, Neville Goddard explained that people can replace climbing a ladder with absolutely anything because whatever we live in our imagination, we will create in our life as well. Why am I
Just one
telling?
second, I have a question over here, so I just
Okay,
lost you.
so no problem. See, at the end of this webinar, I will give you all time for all the questions. So please,
No,
maybe
it's regarding this step. It's regarding this step only. So you
yes,
said
but
that
I would
3 days.
request you to let me finish the webinar and then I'm going to answer all your questions. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. So now the next thing is, why does this happen? Why does this happen? Because now people were continuously imagining in pictures. Okay, people were continuously imagining in pictures. When I tell you visualize something, people will visualize in pictures. Most of us, like I said, visualize a pink elephant. Okay, or don't visualize a pink elephant. You will see a pink elephant. No matter, I have so many students who tell me, Ashwini, I'm not very visual. But sometimes when we talk about things, they can just immediately visualize. And why does it happen? It happens because our mind sees everything in pictures. Subconscious mind always sees in pictures. That's the reason when we were in school, remember when we were little, we were in school, we were shown A for apple. We were shown what an apple is because that's the way we learn very quick. And as children, I've seen in kindergarten, we always were taught with pictures and images. But as we started growing up and becoming adults, we started getting more with the text and all of that. Of course, that's the way of education and all of it. So mind sees and manifests in pictures. Now, coming to finally, what is a vision board? A vision board is a set of pictures which you cut together, put it on a piece of paper, and you put it somewhere. Okay. Vision board has different sections. There is a section for, say, your relationships, better relationships, having, better time with family, better time with friends. There is a section for health. Maybe you really want to get fitter, you want to run a marathon, you want to, spend more time outside. Maybe you want to go for a run, those goals. Maybe you want all your fitness levels to get better. Maybe you want to either lose or gain weight, depending on, whatever, but get more fitter in short. Maybe you want to change the way you eat food. Maybe you want to include more juices, more fruits, more vegetables in your diet, or whether you want to drink more water. I think there are so many of us who need to drink more water, right? So maybe you are someone who needs to drink water or who needs to add something. Maybe you're looking for a promotion. I know people who have put about their goals on the vision board regarding joining companies, particular company, and they were surprised that how they got jobs in those companies. So this is my personal experiment. When I was in my corporate life, I wanted to really work for Morgan Stanley because that time it was it had just come to India about about I think 20-25 years ago. And what I'm talking about is 15 years, sorry, not 15, 16 years ago, because 16 years ago I joined Morgan Stanley. But when I was in my final year of MBA, I would actually visualize that I'm working for this bank. And I actually manifested a job at that bank. That time I was not even aware of the law of attraction, but it just happened. So this is exactly what people have done. So I know people, my students, they have put up company names on the vision board. They have kept names of places where they want to visit. They have put images of places where they want to visit. And they have actually done that because it's one way, it's at one shot, you see all your goals together, right? So how does the vision board work? We first look at putting out our aims or our goals. So, in the workshop, we'll be taking you through in detail because the first step to creating a vision board is having clarity. Okay. If you do not have clarity, you cannot make a vision. And if you're not clear with what to put on vision board, what will you put on vision? Right? So the first step is, of course, having clarity. And in the workshop, I will be taking you through the process of getting clarity. Okay. Secondly, once you get clarity, we will look at different areas of life and we will be clear on what is it that we want. So I always tell this to many people. Some people are just curious to know about things, but there is difference between being curious, being interested, and being ready. So there are people who are curious. They want to, wow, vision board, the concept sounds so good. Then there are people who are interested. They want to know, but only when you are ready, you will sit and prepare the vision board. And trust me, the efforts you put into creating that vision board that entire day, and so I will walk you through the process where we get clarity, we ask, then we release all our limitations, and then how we do our prayers, and then how we surrender. So that's how the process is going to be. So these are different areas. If you see, this person is maybe looking for a new pet, this person is looking to get graduated, have more career and success, eat healthier, maybe have a new car, maybe go for a trip with family, also enjoy more of whatever, save and give something back to the community, go to the gym more, maybe play outside. And they have just put some decor, which we will be, of course, giving you at the time of the workshop. And you're just going to stick your images and all of that. So it's going to be one fun exercise. So now my next question to you all is, how many of you have clarity on your goals? How many of you have clarity on your goals? Yes, no? You can write whatever you feel. You can write in the box. Maybe not completely, that's okay. None of us are very clear actually, but that's why it's not completely. Yeah, Reena, Lavina, Reena, yes, absolutely. Because, we are not completely clear. We are sometimes somewhat clear about what we want. We are not completely clear. And that's why I always say that clarity is the first step to get what you want, manifest what you want. Kanchan, yes, it's good that you have, and there is too much to achieve. There is never too much, right? Because all that you really feel within is what you would really like to have. It won't be too much. I'm sure you will be able to get it. But if you have clarity, I feel that's, it's like almost that you are well begun and half done. And there will be a process through which we will go. There are too many things when we are afraid at times that we want too many things. Mostly because people have told us that अरे ज्यादा मत मांगो, बहुत ज्यादा मत मांगो, जगह पे रहो अपने. Has that happened with us? It has happened with me a lot of times. I was being told that you're asking for too much, you have too much to achieve. But we may not be having too much to achieve, right? Yes. Okay, so when you feel there is too much to achieve, okay, or you feel, how do we analyze? We always go step by step. I always tell people, take the first step. Just taking the first step and then the next step. So again, there is this line in the book, The Secret, that if you are driving from so they have given example of New York to San Francisco. If you're driving, and if the lights aren't if there are no lights on the way, but with your car lights, you will be able to see what is just in front of you. And then again, in what is in front of you, and again in front of you. When we see the entire staircase, we get overwhelmed, right? But when we just take one step at a time, the overwhelm goes down. Why? Because we are only focusing on one step. So what we could do here is we could just focus on the next step and the next step and the next step. So the most important thing in vision board is to be clear about your goals. Secondly, ask for it. I will always say, and in the workshop too, I'm going to talk about how we are not asking for too much. How we can, in fact, I always tell my students, go for big goals. Go for the real big goals. Don't go for chotu goals. Like one student said that, we were looking at the grand, big goals. So Jack Canfield often talks about big, hairy, audacious goals. These goals are so big that they can be overwhelming, they can be intimidating. But I always tell my students that think of the goals which are impossible. Okay, don't think of goals which are possible. Think of something which you really want. And if it is impossible, it's even better, because then you will have a grander version. You will see beyond what you are looking at. So clarity is the first step, knowing that once you are clear about something, then we just take one step at a time, and the next step, and the next step, and the next step, and the next step, until we reach a point where we are absolutely almost reaching the goal. So it has happened to me so many times that, I always give this example. I wanted to get my brand Unicorn Insight registered, and I was wondering, okay, how is that going to happen? I consulted a few people, and they were like, oh no, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. And I was really quite overwhelmed by that. But I had it very clear in me that this year I want to get my brand registered, and I want to I want to start off, putting that as my business out in the world. So I was looking for different possibilities, but at the same time, I was also open to the universe guiding me. Okay. So it so happened that I was speaking to a friend of mine, and she suggested, we were just talking about college friends, and we were talking about what's happening in real life, and we'll meet sometime. And just in the way we were talking, we were asking about each other's families. And she said that, you know what, my brother recently got his business registered. And I was like, okay, wow, how did he do that? She's like, just talk to him. And I spoke to him, and I told me that it's very easy procedure. And I could do it. I just connected to a lawyer, and I got all the formalities in place, and I got it done. Wow, it was so empowering, and something which I was feeling was overwhelming, was too much, just happened because I took the step. So, clarity, taking one step at a time, belief. Belief is very important because if we don't believe that we will get it, I always tell people, if you don't believe in the kind of work we do, or if you believe that things are not going to happen, if you really want them to happen, and if you're willing to start believing, it's amazing. But for people who come from a mindset that nahi hone wala hai, I will say that it will definitely not happen. Because when we look at it in that manner, what happens is we break the faith in the universe. Okay, and that's why things don't work out. Right? And Lavina, thank you so much for receiving me, because when I started, I did not have anyone to guide me, and I did a lot of things on trial and error basis, right? Like I would try this, okay, does it work? I would try that, okay, does it work? And eventually I came down with all these tried and tested methods which I had used on myself, which I had done for my own stuff, and then there was a time I started seeing results on it. So coming back to it. So we first have clarity. We make big, hairy, audacious goals. We start taking one step at a time. We trust that it's going to happen, and eventually we surrender. Now, surrender is very important on the journey of Vision Board, because when we are surrendering to the universe, we are strengthening our faith, right? We are strengthening our faith. We know that it's coming to us. Surrender should be at such a level that you should feel so connected to the universe that even when things are not going your way, you will know that, okay, I know this is not going the way I imagine, but this is universe giving me something bigger. Because I see most of my students, most of my students who have faith and who are on the path of surrender, they absolutely manifest things. But then I know these people who say, but it has not happened for me, but it will never happen. I wanted this to happen, but it never happened. So I always tell them that, okay, if this is not happening, if you have worked towards it, if you put it out in the universe and it has still not happened, universe has something better for you, right? And always trust that when you put a dream or a goal out, it will come to you. It will come to you in the best possible manner, probably not in the manner you thought, maybe it's something in a much better way. So God always answers your prayers in three ways. Do you know that? What are the three ways? Yes, okay, later, maybe later, and no, and something better. So yes, and you get it now. Yes, but wait, which means you get it a little later. And the third is no, but I have something better for you. When you understand this concept, you will always trust the universe. Okay? Because I know people who are then, they say, I'm angry on the universe. I didn't get that. I was like, you have to trust. You have to trust even when things are not going your way, that it is something better is coming. Also, I always tell people that do not believe in scarcity mindset. What is scarcity mindset? When we are thinking scarcity mindset, you are trying to, grab as much as possible. You will say that, oh, she's gotten this, I wanted that. Now I'm going to take it from her. The universe has enough for every one of us. If someone has got something, it doesn't mean that you will not get it. In fact, it's a sign for you that even you are on your way to manifest that. If you have this mindset, two things will fade away from your life. A, jealousy, because you will not be jealous of other people's success. You will see to it that, wow, if they have created it, even I can. And secondly, it will walk you off this mentality of I want to grab as much as possible. I always call this the sale mentality. You know what's the sale mentality? When you are out, imagine there is sale at Zara or at Vero Moda, and everyone is going there, everyone is rushing, and everyone wants to grab whatever is at sale because it is at a cheap price. You just want to grab it, and you will fight with the girl who is standing next to you and say, "Mujhe chahiye, mujhe chahiye." That is what I call the sale mentality. But the universe doesn't work that way. In fact, the universe has so much for all of us that you will obviously get what you want. You don't have to take it from someone. You don't have to paisa vasool karna, jo bolte hai na, forget that. Because if you are always going to stay in the paisa vasool mindset, the universe will give you only that much, like kanjoos. Okay, so it's very important to understand that the universe is an abundant place, that it's so much available for each and every one of us that you will never fall short of it. Because this is the base of the law of attraction, because the universe will always reward you. If you are feeling, lack right now, it is because you are not trusting in the power of the universe, but you have to trust. Many people will say that they don't trust in the power of the universe because in the past they have seen failure. But you have to always, I always say, past is past, past is gone. Future is what you create now. Past has happened because in the past your mindset was different. But now it is quite possible that if you change your mindset, you will start experiencing absolute abundance. And the third and the most important thing is getting out of the victim mode. What do you mean by getting out of the victim mode? Many people have this tendency to feel, oh, I'm the only one who's suffering, everyone else is happy, I'm the only one, why are things happening like this to me? When we are in the victim mindset, what are we affirming? We are affirming to the universe that things can't get better, things are just going to stay the way they are, and you are going to suffer. So you are affirming, the universe is saying, okay, you are saying things are going bad with me, okay, universe is saying, okay. But in case you say, wow, I would like to experience this, I'm so grateful that my abundance is coming to me, I'm so grateful that I have so much abundance right now in my life, in all areas of my life. I'm so grateful that I've already healed my relationship with food, I'm having better food, better life. So get out of the victim mode, get out of the sale mode, okay, and get out of the scarcity mindset, and you will see to it that you will start manifesting. Make your vibration, I always say, keep your vibration very grounded, very down, very relaxed. You are not missing out on life. ये जो word है ना, FOMO, fear of missing out. Have you heard this word, fear of missing out? How many of us have heard this word, fear of missing out? Have you heard it? ये फोमो की वजह से लोग बहुत, लवीना यू हर्ड ऑफ इट राइट? ये फोमो की वजह से लोग बहुत सफर कर रहे हैं लाइफ में, बिकॉज पीपल आर फीलिंग दैट, oh, if I don't get this, I will be the only one who will miss out. You never miss out on anything in life. If you're clear with whatever is it that you would like to create, it will come to you. Okay, so believe in that. Now a little about how and how do we work through the power of vision board. But before that, I'm just going to quickly share this. Nothing that you experience is caused by anything outside of you. You experience only the effects of your own choices. So what is important here is, what choices are you making? Are you making choices which are empowering you to take your life to the next level? Or are you making choices to stay stuck where you are? And see, there are no rights and wrongs. I know people who say that, oh, I really don't believe in the motivational and growth content because I don't like that. I feel it's all just gimmicks. And I was like, okay, well, if that's your thought, I respect that thought of you. But if you're someone who believes that you want to take your life to the next level, it's very important for you to be in the driver's seat of your life, to look at what all is it that you would like to achieve. How many of us, if I think most of us are women on this call, how many of us have seriously thought about having goals for ourselves? How many of us have thought about having goals for ourselves? Or we may never have even made goals for ourselves, or we were told that you don't have a choice, that's why you can't make goals. Right? So if you have even given a thought to making goals for yourself, I think it's time you take that action and you create that set of goals for yourself. And vision board is one of the best ways to put that things out. And so I also teach you, when I teach you the vision board, that the workshop doesn't end when you are done with the vision board. It's not just that vision board kar diya, ghar mein cupboard mein rakh diya, khatam ho gaya. No, we actually look at the vision board. We actually see the vision board. I give you some prayers to do, which you do along with the vision board. And that's how you activate the vision board and you make it come into reality. Okay. And you have to have this ultimate belief that it is going to work out for you, because that's where the whole process of vision board That's how the whole process of vision board works. So when and what is the vision board workshop going to be about? So the vision board workshop is going to be on 14th of January, okay, which is just next Sunday, not tomorrow wala Sunday, the next Sunday. It's going to be in Mumbai. I will be giving you with, if you see these girls, they are holding those vision boards. I will be giving you the paper. I will be giving you some images, but I would also suggest that you get your own images to add more magic to it. And also, I will teach you where to put, because where it's not just that vision board banao kidhar bhi chipkao ho gaya, because there is a science, there is a technique to where you put what on the vision board, and what you write, how do you activate, how do you connect, and also very important, how do you break down your resistances? What are resistances? Resistances are, for example, I put this picture of me having 10 million in my account, and then my mind says, अरे लेकिन ये कैसे होगा, पता नहीं होगा कि नहीं, पता नहीं होगा. So many of us may not even know that we are having resistances, but they may be at a very subconscious level. But in the class, I will also teach you how to overcome those resistances, because we may have resistances. We don't know where they are coming from, but we will help you overcome those resistances. Then I will also help you to activate the vision board. Activation is where, with the power of angels, gods, divine, whatever power you speak about, depending on whatever your faith is, we help you activate the vision board through a prayer. Okay, and then of course we surrender, and the afternoon we spend in actually sticking images. And I always tell people that come for workshops rather than one-on-ones, because workshops the energy is very contagious. Every participant has so much excitement, and it creates this ripple effect. If you're having a lot of limiting beliefs, and if you're feeling very off mood kind of, I would say come for workshops, because then you will be able to get in the mood of everyone else, and you will be able to manifest that magic in your life. So, there is a lot of laughter, joy. We play some songs, we laugh a lot, and my workshops are never boring. They're always full of fun. And then we do the activation before we go. We take the vision board, and then I give you some activities to do for the next 60 days. I always tell my students, do it for at least for the next 60 days. Or if you cannot, if you're traveling, say, or something, there are people who are doing travel kind of jobs. I tell them that do it at least for 30 days and see the vision board every day. This is what we speak about. So the vision board workshop is happening on 14th of January. And I'm more than excited to see you all. It is an in-person workshop. If there are people who are not from Bombay, who are asking for an online, I think I can always look at it later. But if you are from Bombay, don't be lazy. Travel, come and join the workshop in person, because that's going to be something which you all will enjoy, and you all will always cherish as one of the best memories. Because for me, doing these workshops in person, it's so empowering, not just for me, but it's amazing also for the people who are joining the workshop. Okay, so on that note, I would like to end this, and of course we are going to have the question answer after this, because I know Reena, you already have a question. I'm sure many of you are having questions. Also, to register for the workshop, I will be sharing a link which you can use to join for the workshop. And also, there will be a Google form which I would want to share with all of you. The reason being, it will help me to get an overview on why are you joining the workshop, what is the reason why you are here. So, all right, I'm just going to share the link for registration with all of you, and then we will proceed to the question answer round. And I'm so happy that all of you made it, even in spite of being a weekday, and also being. So this is my link. Please, you can save this link, which I've shared with you all in the chat box. You can use that link for registration. And Radhika from my team, she handles all the, customer client management. So I'm also going to tag her on the group. You can also get in touch with her to know more details. Yeah, that's from me now. So shall we open the forum for question and answers?
Yeah, hi. Can I ask a question? Because I'm in the clinic. I just need to get to
Yes,
the
yes,
clinic.
yes, Reena.
Okay.
Yes, Reena.
So the thing that you were saying, I just missed at that time because I got distracted with my patient. You were saying that thing that for 3 days, some experiment that.
Yeah, so Reena, if you missed it, don't worry, because this video will be on our YouTube channel. You can just go back and watch it.
No,
Okay,
so
so
but I
just
just
don't worry.
I wanted to ask you, is it a part of the ladder climbing or it's just an experiment, one of its
It's an
kinds? You were
experiment. It's an experiment. You don't need to do that. Don't worry.
Okay, it's just an experiment that you
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Okay,
And I use that example because what I wanted to state as a part of that example was that when we consecutively view something before we go to bed, our minds are very powerful. See, so before we go to bed, we are almost stepping into this, in our brain waves are relaxing. We are getting into the alpha state, into the, slowly getting down to the theta state. So our mind can manifest a lot of things when we are about to sleep. Now, please don't do the ladder experiment if you don't intend to climb a ladder. Okay, because that this example I just gave you because I wanted to explain that how important it is to visualize things. And when you have some things placed in front of you, you will be able to manifest them 10 times faster.
yeah.
Okay, imagine ना कि आप vision board रात को लेके बैठ रहे हो, वो देख रहे हो, activation exercises which I teach you in the class, you're doing that. How much magic will you create with that? Right? So I will also share the link of this video so that you can go back and see what's the ladder experiment. Don't worry, you will not miss that. But if you are asking, should you do the experiment? My answer is no, unless you are really looking forward to climb a ladder. Okay. So that was just given for your, yeah.
So in this climbing ladder thing, basically you just said that in the night you just have to visualize that you're climbing the ladder, right?
So that's what Neville did with his students. He gave them an experiment and he asked his students to visualize the ladder. So after visualizing for 3 days, what they saw was they got an opportunity to climb a ladder out of nowhere. And people have done this experiment in their lives too. And they have seen that they got an opportunity to climb the ladder. So I was like, I'm not going to do this because I'm not really ready. I don't want to climb a ladder right now. Maybe 15 years ago, I must have felt that, wow, it would be a good thing to try. And I would have maybe given it a shot. But that was just to explain how our mind works. So, that's why the name of this webinar was the science of vision boards, because everything works with visions.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, when is this workshop? How much does it cost, and what are the timings?
I will
of
share
this?
all the details. I will share all the details. You are on the Unicorn group, university group. Okay.
Just tell me quickly, so I know
I
that
will share it. See, because we are live and I will be sharing it with all of you individually. Just send me a hi on the WhatsApp and I will share all the details there. Because this video I'm also going to post on YouTube and I'm going to post on Facebook. So I will share with you. Don't worry. I'll share all the details. And Radhika from my team is always there for, she can give you all the information you need. So don't worry. And thank you so much for even joining on such a busy day from your clinic. It really means so much.
Thank you to Avni. She forwarded it to me.
Oh, thank you, Avni. Thank you so much. And Avni, I will share the details with Avni too. So, probably, yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Yeah.
any other questions? Any other questions? Anyone? Thank you, Reena. Any other questions, guys? Come on, speak up, unmute yourself. This is the time to speak. Anything you want to share? Any questions? Anything about the law of attraction? And Avni, I will also share the invite if Reena would like to join Unicorn University. We could, probably forward the invite to her. So we'll be happy to have it. Okay. Any questions, guys?
Time.
Yes. Yes. So Kanchan, the time is we start at 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay, it's a Sunday. And we go till about 3:34 in the afternoon. We take a 45 minutes lunch break in between, and we also take tea breaks. So it's going to be a full day workshop. So sab kaam nipat ke Sunday ko aa jao. if you are interested, and I will provide you with the paper and all of that. The only thing the reason I'm doing this is because if you are someone who wants to join this workshop, start looking at what things you want and start actually taking printouts and cutouts for personalized things. I can give you some magazines which I have, or whatever I have, but more than that, I feel if you can have your own images, it creates even more impact on the vision board. Okay, so that's the reason I'm telling people from now, because I
Yeah.
know most
I
of
can
us.
relate. I can relate because
You can relate.
yeah, it was 10 years ago I created for my son,
Wow.
but then I missed it. So I want to restart.
Are you from Bombay, Kanchan?
Yeah, Mumbai.
Very
Your
good.
old friend, Morgan
Kanchan
Stanley.
Narang. Oh, wow. Amazing. Fantastic. Kanchan, I would love to see you. And please create your. यही होता है ना, आप लोग कैमरा ऑन नहीं रखते, मैं पहचान नहीं पाती कौन कौन है. Cameras on करो, come on. Fantastic. And now onwards, I'm Avni. Nice to see you, Kanchan. Whoever has people feel that अरे I'm in घर का अवतार, मुझे नहीं करना है, but I think it's more interactive. I'm going to make it compulsory from next time. Yes, Sarika, that's the spirit. I like that. It's so nice to see your lovely smiling faces. So, if you have pictures which are personalized, it would be Ghar Ka Avatar busy. Yes, I know Lavina. Lavina, I think you're not from Mumbai, right?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm
Please call me
basically
Ashwini, yaar. मुझे please
okay,
ma'am मत बोलो.
Ashwini. Okay, Ashwini. I am born and brought up in Mumbai, but I got married in Punjab, and currently I'm in Noida.
Okay.
So
So if
I
you're
wish I
planning,
was in
I
Mumbai.
know. Some people have asked for an online workshop too, but let me see how to make it work. But otherwise, I'm super excited for this workshop. The next workshop will either happen in December end, or it will happen at the start of January 2025. So please don't miss this opportunity. This is one of the best ways to connect to the universe and have magic in your life on day-to-day basis. अरे देखो सबने फिर से बंद कर दिए कैमरे, ऐसा मत करो. So please, any questions about anything with regards to the workshop? For the fees and everything, I will send you separately, because we are also on a lot of live channels. But any other questions? Thank you, Kanchan, for asking the timings and all, because that's what I was about to also announce. Okay, any other questions regarding any other workshops? I mean, not just the vision board, and I hope everyone is on Unicorn University, because if you are not, please मुझे connect with me, and I will share the link and I will add, because it's there where we talk about all the stuff we have. Okay. But I think if we are good to go, if everyone is good with. Also, I would like to know, how did you like this particular live? How did you enjoy? Because this live I'm doing after a long time. So how did you? Okay, thank you, Kanchan. All right. Thank you, Sakshi. Thank you, wonderful people. And I look forward to see you all with this vision board workshop on 14th. Get in touch to know more. And I wish you all a wonderful weekend. And I also wish you all a very happy new year. I hope 2024 brings a lot of manifestations in your life. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.